sure that the camera's good and you guys can hear me. And just give or take some time for you guys to come in. I did say we're going to start the live at 8 p.m. Florida Eastern Time. And I'm here a little early for that reason, just to do the checkup and everything. I want to make sure that you guys hear me and everything. So for those of you that are starting to come in, welcome. Let's get this party started. Okay. Perfect. All right, so let me turn this off so we don't hear me in the background, right? All right, so if you guys have questions, because I forgot to put that we could do Q&As, so you could add your questions on the chat bar. And I will try to get to all your questions. So first I want to talk about the energy that we're going to go into, because we are, I'm happy to say we are leaving the vibration of ebb. And I keep telling you guys I was going to do a video on the energies of ebb and flow. Now, I got so sick that I couldn't do it. I could not do. So with that being said, let's talk about the energy of 2022. Hey, welcome. So the energy of 2022 was a massive energy of transformation. It's a huge shift that is undergoing a worldwide event, right? Even universal. With that being said, we feel everything. And a lot of people tell me, well, why do we feel it? Like, why astrologically, when these energies and vibrations occur, why do we feel it? I always feel in studying in the mysticism that is due to our water, right? To our perfection and our intake of over 70% of our bodies are water. Our earth is water. If you look at the the energy of the waves and how you have the waves that come in and the waves that go out, depending on when the moons or the sun or the stars, all of that interferes because it's all in energy. We feel that. So in a year of ebb like 2022, things are put into perspective for us to make the changes and kind of like, ride them, right? You want to ride that energy, but we don't, because we're humans. And first of all, we don't like change. And another time we get comfortable in our dailies, right? So when these vibrations of ebb come into our cycles, we're just like, no, I don't want this. I don't want to break up with my beloved. I don't want to leave my job. I don't want to move out of my home. So it's really hard. And with that being said, it's not even just that. Then we have people like a lot of loss. I mean, look at 2022 has been a year of massive, 2020, 21, 22 has been a year of massive loss. 2022 even more so, because a lot of us had, because before it was okay, COVID, it was a pandemic. But now it's like you're hearing about losses, about just, regular stuff. Like how many times, and think about all the years, and I'm an old phobie. Have you heard about celebrities passing? Like it's like a rare thing that you would hear about this celebrity. How many celebrity passings has there been in 2022? So that comes to show you, because we know about the celebrities because they're in the spotlight, right? But when you talk to friends and family, they're going to tell you. I have so many, clients that have lost parents, that have lost siblings, that have lost aunts and uncles, really, really close friends, like really heartfelt losses, okay? So we are letting that vibration go when we're going into 2023. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is not just to share, of course, everything that I'm doing so you could come and ride along with me, but also to prepare you for 2023, because it is going to be a year of flow. And when it is a year of flow, It doesn't mean everything's going to be easy peasy, because if you're the type of person that likes to control everything, then you're not going to get a lot of flow, right? So what you want to do is kind of set your intentions and your desires. Really, really important for the next 2, maybe even 3 months. So you have November, December, January, is to really hone in on what you really want out of 2023. Like, where do you see yourself in summer of 2023? Because a lot of us look at our nows. Our nows are actually part of our past. You know, what we're going through right now is the creation of what we have been creating 6 months, 1 year, even beforehand. Humans don't understand that concept. They think it's happening now, I created it now, why am I going through this now? So instead of like, okay, let me fix this so tomorrow could be better, we delve into this now moment that becomes so chaotic and so overwhelming. And instead of like, okay, learn, release, let go, let's go, what's next, you know? We kind of like smother ourselves in that vibration and in that energy. And then we don't understand when it's actually creating our tomorrow. So it's really, really important for you to take this moment to release what doesn't fit and create your tomorrow. I'm going to put up my new page, YouTube, so you guys could start running over there, subscribing and hitting that notification bell. I had actually said I wanted to be live on that channel tonight, so I might go on live there for a little while. Oh, so we got a new subscriber, so thank you, awesomenesses that you are. So I'm going to share, I'm going to post the link of the new channel for you all to head over and subscribe. So what I'm going to do in this channel, my purpose for this channel is that to allow it to be my psychic channel, the channel where I could come and do like predictions whenever I want, whenever I feel that we need this astrological knowing of what is going on. And my new channel is all about this new brand that I have created. Now, the new brand, which is Daisy Rowe, which is my name, has to do with all manifestations. And I get a lot of people that come to me and want to manifest, but they don't want to do the work. Everybody wants everything done for them, and I totally get it. But when we really take control of our lives and start creating our realities, it is so much more magical. Every time that I work with my clients in my new classes and we create these scripts for the lives that we desire, and we learn how to hone in on that, it just becomes so powerful. I actually had a client that for a whole year, she was on my Patreon, and she told me, Daisy, you know, after almost a year, she tells me, Daisy, I was super jealous because I was on your Patreon for a year, almost a year, and I hear all these stories, you know, and I don't just hear them, but I see them. People are posting, I did this, I manifested this, and I haven't gotten there. I haven't had those manifestations that you guys are all speaking about. So I'm jealous because I want to get there. So it was around that time that I started creating my first scripting class. And I created workbooks. See here, I did 1, I did 2, 3, and then the last one. So that was kind of my start, because I witnessed scripting in my life. I witnessed scripting with my children, with my family, with just friends and family, how magical and how powerful this vibration of manifesting is. And then I said, you know what, let's just do a class. And when you do any type of ritual, when you do any type of magic, it's always a 70-80% positive outcome, right? Now, I didn't have a lot of signups. I only had about 10 or 11, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember if it was actually 10 or 11 signups. But Every single person that was part of this scripting class manifested. This girl that I'm talking about did so well that she said her goodbye with me. She's like, Daisy, I'm not going to say I don't need you in the future. Maybe I will. But for now, I'm content. I got it. I figured this shit out. And I was like, keep expanding, because the cool thing about scripting is that you will also be connected with like minded people as you need them. I love to hear that you grow up and grow forward and move on and do your own shit. I have had clients have been with me for over a decade, not because they don't grow out of me, is because they always like that extra power, right? That extra vibration. I have one client that every time I say I'm going hermit, or I'm not doing readings, or I'm not doing that, she freaks out because she's like, you don't understand. I've gone to other readers, I've gone to other, medium, psychics, you name it, casters, and I just don't get the results that I get with you. And I understand that it's nice to have someone that you could go to and connect with, and kind of like your spiritual I don't know, mentor, someone that is just there, available when you need, because we're always expanding, we're always growing, and knowledge is power. You want to always be learning. It's not about one book. When I read books, there's like, this is the only manifesting book you will ever read. That is a lie, because we're always growing. And sometimes what works for us right now, in a couple of years, couple of months even, it might not work the same. Why? Because as humans, we become adapted, kind of a plateau energy. The reason why my altars are so awesome is because I'm constantly adding different vibrations and different energies to them. I use, yes, a lot of candle magic, but I'll come in one day and I'll add singing bowls because I know my clients need healing. I'll come in and I'll do incantations because they need more romance, so it's a constant change and shift. Not to mention, I use a lot of moon magic. You guys are used to going casters that'll cast a spell one day. They'll like cast a spell, did the work. At the end of the night, they tell you, hey, Susie, this was your spell. This is what happened. We're done. I don't do that because I like to add the different energies. Example, I did a honey jar for a client this past 2 weeks, and she was kind of freaking out that I hadn't shipped it. And she's like, did you ship it? Did you ship it? Did you ship it? And at the long run, I told her, well, do you want me to ship it? Or do you want me to add enough energy so your intention manifests? And she didn't really think about it. She's like, I've never had that. People usually will cast a spell, wrap it all up, and send it to me. And I go, and what happens when the spell gets to your house? She's like, you're right. I actually have 3 or 4 of them in my room. And I was like, and how were the outcomes? She goes, they were okay. And I go, well, the difference is that you are going to notice that there's so much energy in the work that I do, because I don't just cast a spell. I cast over the candle. I add your intention to it. I add your vibration and energy. Then I do the burning. Then I give it to the sun and moon energy. So when you get this, you're going to feel it. So that goes with everything in our lives. We're always in a hurry. Nobody has patience. As a matter of fact, here I'm doing this video and I see the numbers go back and forth. So you can see people that will come in and they'll look. They're probably thinking maybe I'm giving away free readings, psychic free readings. So they'll come in and they'll do that, and they see I'm not, they'll leave, right? It's our attention span. We don't have the attention span anymore the way we did in, per se, the 80s, the 60s, the 40s, because our timeline right now is very fast paced. I mean, even TikTok, they tell you, you want to catch their attention, do a 7-second video. 7-second video. If you can't catch their attention in 7 seconds, then you suck. It's probably why my TikTok sucks. So it's fine. I'm old school and I work with the energy of synchronicity. So if you're meant to be here and learn from me, then you are. And if you're not, you're not. And it's okay. So the next thing I wanted to share with you guys, which I'm excited about, is my new brand, Daisy Rose. So it is my actual name, and I'm gonna tell you a cool story. So I'm always playing with how I want to, create a brand, right? Because we, as entrepreneurs, a spiritual business, you have to create a brand. Hey, Brandy, welcome. And I'm Psychic Daisy Fabello, I'm Mystic Angel, I'm Lavender Lily. I have like all of these different names. It's like, who the freak am I, right? So I said to Spirit, I want to create a brand where I could be myself, where I could teach, and where I could teach my clients and my online supporters how to manifest, like real manifestations, like not have to like have me cast a million spells for them, but actually hone in on their own, manifestation. So then Spirit showed me my brand and they showed me the name that I would use, and I thought it was really cool. So I'm still playing with the logo. So it's Daisy Rose, and then I'm going to put a rose right over the daisy and a daisy right over the rose to just give it that kind of like yin yang energy. And this is going to be all manifesting. That's why the channel is Manifesting with Daisy Rose. So psychic channel, Psychic Daisy Fabello, all about predictions. You can come here, rituals, whenever I have new rituals coming out, this is what we're going to do. And then Daisy Rose, all about manifestations. I just did, which is on Patreon. So the Patreon page is closed. I'm not going to do any Venus or prosperity or anything on for a little while. I don't know if I'm going back. I am doing another Patreon, which is just content. I'm not doing rituals. It's just going to be pure content. I do have rituals in my Etsy shop. But my main thing is I'm excited about our vision board, and that's what I want to share with you guys. So I'm glad that you guys are here. So we're doing a live vision board scripting party. And what that's going to do, and I will share with you the journal in the links. So 2023 is all about manifestation, and it's all about our wealth. So with that being said, if you are manifesting, my voice is still a little off. When you're manifesting great wealth, what happens? Just if you're manifesting great wealth, your life kind of becomes in sync because you're not worried about your bills. You're not worried about your finances. And everything in your life kind of like starts to fall into place. You're able to do things per se for your family, for your beloved. You get to go out, you get to go on vacation. And that is the power of 2023. I'm going to put the link up for the new journal. Now, the scripting vision board party is free. I'm going to be here live. I'm going to have that journal that I just put up so you guys can hands-on see what we're doing. You're going to get the script outline for you to start manifesting what it is that you desire in 2023. With that being said, I'm also doing the scripting class, and I did something really cool, and I'm going to share a story with you guys. So I said to Spirit, because the last time I did the scripting class, it was $222 with 22 cents, and only 10 or 11 people signed up. Most were my Patreons, give or take a few Etsy clients. But a lot of the feedback that I got was, I don't have enough money. My money is tied up. There's no way I could afford that. I got a lot of, I can't afford it, right? And I said to Spirit, what can I do? Like, what can I do to help my clients be able to afford my work, be able to afford these classes? Because Everybody that did the scripting, every single person that did this scripting manifested. Some a lot more than others, but everybody got manifestation. So I guarantee that you guys will manifest. I even had one person and she's like, she had her moment that she was upset because she had like a set on, this is what I want. This is what I want. Mind you, that class was very personal because I did a lot of one-on-one. And especially that it was only 10 of them, it was still overwhelming because unfortunately, I gave like my personal information. So it was very, help me, text me, So that's why I create, this one is completely different. But she was like, I haven't manifested, I really want this. It hasn't happened. I don't remember exactly how it went, but she wasn't happy, right? So I said, no, I like to help everyone. Even my $3 communication ritual people, all the way to especially my on-calls that pay, top notch for my work. So I said to her, okay, let's break this down. And I re-looked at all the readings that I sent her. I re-looked at her scripts. I said, send me your scripts. I want to read what you wrote. I want to see what you were writing. And not only did I teach her something valuable, she taught me a breakthrough in scripting, which I was already using because I used it with you guys, but not to that extent of acknowledging. So for those of you that are here, I'm going to share with you guys a great secret. And I have to drink some water because I'm losing my voice. I learned that in scripting, we don't just script for ourselves. We could script for each other. I want you to really grasp that. I could bless you in my scripts. And this is why these classes are so empowering, is because I am creating scripts on your behalf for you to then take and add your own personal touch to. In the first one, I wrote, let me see, see where I could, because I want to share with you what I told Spirit about that. Okay. That's about Amazon Handmade, which I was approved and I still haven't started post. Oh, I'm so funny. I can't find it now. Well, long story short, I went through everything. I created a new script for her. And I wrote out the script because I knew she was so upset. And her thing was her love life. And then another thing, as humans, we don't understand. We have free will. So even if I cast the most powerful spell on your beloved, if your beloved fights against my ritual, I can't do anything. It's influence. Spells, scripting, everything is influence. Now, with that being said, it is domination. It's still very, very powerful. But you could still choose not to. You have a choice. That is our God-given gift. We have the choice to choose. So I did the script for her and I let her cool off, because usually what I do is when someone's really upset, I know it has nothing to do with me. They're upset at their life. They're upset at the situation they're going through. And I'm just, an easy target because I'm the one that's supposed to be helping, right? I'm so one supposed to be fixing everything. So I totally understand. Before I used to take it really personal. Now it's like, I'm like, okay, breathe, allow, and then, set the pace, help them out. So I redid the script for her. I said, let me see your scripts. I looked at her scripts and I said to her, I emailed her and I said, your beloved is having issues with finances. Of course, you have to understand, I'm a psychic. So I'm going to see things you're not going to see. And it's understandable. So of course, that's why I feel like it's so much easier for me to do this for you guys. And that's why it's so powerful. Oh my God, it's so powerful. Anywho, I did that for her. I sent it to her. 2 days later, she messages me and she says, Daisy, you know the problem is, oh, I can't make this shit up, guys. She goes, the problem is my beloved is having issues with his finances. And I thought it was a joke. I really did. I was like, yeah, I told you that. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I sent you an email and I looked at the day. I was like, yeah, it was like 2 days ago. And I sent you a script. I go, you haven't gotten that? She's like, no, I haven't gotten it. I go, there's no way you haven't gotten it because, sent. And she checked and she did find it. I had resent it. And she found, of course, she got the new one and she found the one they originally sent because I wanted her to see, because there's something about that, evidence that, oh my God, magic is real. Spirit is helping me. So she's like, holy shit. Like, I really didn't see that. And I'm like, yeah, because you're scripting, I want him to love me. I want him to be there with me and hug me and kiss me and love me and communicate and text me and be there and be there and be there and be there and want me, obsess over me. But you're not scripting about what the fuck it is he's going through, the reason why his ass is not there with you now. So Spirit's like, Daisy, the guy's melting. He's having problems with his finances. He's a complete mess. And she's not seeing that, so he's got her ass on the back burner. And I'm just like, let's fix this. All right. I created a meditation using the law of assumption. I will talk about the law of assumption in our new YouTube channel. You could Google it. Law of assumption. And it's my my voice might not say it right. This is powerful, my friends. I like to share all of this stuff with you because you guys could look it up. You could do your own research, And I feel like that's another thing. A lot of people don't research. I had somebody else the other day is like, how do I do this? Can you share with me? And I like to dedicate, I love to share my wisdom. I want you all to be freaking millionaires. I want you all to be awesome. I want you all to be set, because my thing is, and that's what me and Spirit talk about when we go into, that spiritual sacred space that I go to when I meditate, is if we were all rich, and I want you to really grasp that, when you start scripting and you start scripting for each other, if you were rich, if your friends were rich, how better would our world be? If you all were able to help each other out, how better would our world be? I want you to really think about that. Because if you're a good person, if you're not, like, I was watching a show the other day, and I was just like, it kept popping up. And I like reality TV. Like, believe it or not, I watch the Kardashians because I get a lot of marketing ideas. Kim is freaking awesome. That girl knows her shit. So, everybody gave her blowback when she told everybody to work, and nobody understood what she said. And I couldn't believe that people were actually giving her blowback. And I'll tell you why. Because it's true. Nobody likes to work. And when they hear that they don't like to work, they think it's actually going to a 9-to-5 and working their ass off. That's not what she was saying. It means you have to take care of yourself. You have to do your part. You have to do the legwork. I get people all the time that want to manifest everything, and Spirit will be like, hey, Sally, I need you to apply for that new job, or I need you to go buy that new dress because Joe really likes it and he thinks you're really sexy in it. So if you would buy that dress, it's going to drive him crazy. And believe it or not, I'm very old school, and there's certain things that men like. Men are very sexual. Do you grasp that? Do you all get that? Men are sexual. Divine masculine men are extremely sexual beings. They have a scent that women don't have. That's why when you take my oils, and a lot of people use them, and they're men, or they go into a club, or they go in somewhere, and all these men are turning around and looking at them, and they're like, holy shit, this stuff really works, and they're wondering why. And it's because it's all about sexuality, my friends. Men are sexual, and you have to seduce them. Seduce them with your divine feminine. You have the pussy power. A lot of women do not understand that. They do not grasp that. And not only is it sexual with your beloved, thank you, Brandy, but it's also great for anything in life. Anything that you put your sexual bliss, your sexual footprint on will just create, especially with men. You women have this power over males that you do not grasp. But instead, what do women do? What do women do? Compete. They compete. They compete over each other. They're focused on what she's wearing, what she has. I need to get what she has. No, you don't. No, you don't. You need to get your own stuff. You need to get your own thing. You need to buy the perfume that'll drive him crazy. And you will know this perfume drives him crazy because he's gonna freaking tell you what he's gonna say. He's gonna say like, "Whoa, what are you wearing? That smells so good. Oh, that's driving me crazy." He's gonna get all hot and bothered over you because men are very sexual, passionate, especially when they're divine masculine. And if you're divine feminine, it's easier for you to seduce. So you have to use that power. Now, I'm all over the place. So I did the script for her. And she got everything that she put into the script. Of course, I helped her. I did like the blueprint, but she added, it's almost like I want you to imagine, so you could get a concept of what I do for you when I create your scripts. You know when you go to kindergarten and they have the A, and then they'll have the D, and then they'll have the F, and you have to put in the letters? Sort of what I do. I'm going to construct the script because you're going to be like, "Hey Daisy, I want my business to go viral. I want my man to only want me. I want a new one," whatever it is. And it could be all of the above. Like your scripts and your desires is not one thing. Now, this scripting, our power, we're going to have 3 major powerhouses, which is wealth, because 2023 is an energy of wealth, because the energy of flow, family and love. So I'm doing the 3 major powerhouses because if we're wealthy, we're in a good shape. If we have a loving, caring family, we're in good shape. In our love lives, we're in good shape. And then you could add in the health, because the health is personal. I cannot create your health for you. You have to add in your health. You could just hone that in, sew that in to the script. So I created a video for the law of assumption wealth, so you could attract the money that you need to pay for my scripting class, because you all need to be part of that class. And the first classes I already started sending some out today, because I already have 2 people when they heard that I was doing it again, they signed up off the bat. So if you want to be part of that scripting class, I'm going to put in my email for you to email me, and I will send you all the details. Now, this was 4 workbooks. Each workbook has its video. This new one is going to have 7, and it's going to be so you could do it on your own time. With that being said, I'm also going to be sending you your very own personally constructed scripts around your intentions and your desires. So you're gonna get the class and you're gonna message me, "Dear Daisy, I want this, this, and that, and the other. I'm going through this, this, and that, and the other." And then I'm going to talk to Spirit and sit down and create your scripts. And I'm going to send you the script, and I'm also going to send you a video about your script. This is foolproof, my friends. Anyone and everyone could do this. And now I'm going to go to the next story. So you guys know I talk a lot about my mom. I love my mom. I love my mother. But my mom is a very dark Lala. And even though she gets mad because my godmother actually told her that she was a hypochondriac, my mom lost it. She's like, I'm not a hypochondriac. I'm really sick. My mom manifested my great aunt's dying disease. We, my friends, create our own realities. I'm not going to say that everybody that gets sick brings it on, because I do feel that we're all vibration and we're all energy. Because a lot of people will be like, well, what about the babies have cancer? No, and and it's yeah, like that's horrible. So we're not gonna say that, because there's a lot of things. The ones that say, yeah, you created everything and you manifested everything. No, I do believe that there's certain ripples and effects that come into action in our lives that we get sick. I'm trying to be as balanced as I can and as perfect as I can, and I meditate every single day, and yet I was sick for a freaking month. I got so sick I couldn't talk. It was really bad. Maybe I did manifest it. Like, there's like a lot of little things. But with that being said, I could see my mom since she was in her 30s, so since I could remember of her calling all of these ailments into her life. So I started to do something very special for my mom. I would sit down with all my work and I would script what I wanted for her, because my mom was on oxygen. She her lungs were filling up with water, so she was literally drowning in her own body. She couldn't walk. It was really bad. Like, every time my dad would call me, I would freak out because I thought he was calling me to tell me that my mom had died. It was bad. It's scary. So I started scripting to her. And I've only done this, I think I did it with one of my on-calls, that I text her random scripts every once in a while. Something will come up and I'll text her a script. And she's already used to it, so she'll know that we're scripting about something. So I would say, dear mom, daddy just told me that you're doing so much better. That every day you feel better and better. That you do not need your oxygen anymore because you're breathing on your own. The doctor calls you his miracle patient. Wow. I am so grateful. I'm so happy. And the letter just goes on and on and on. And I would fold it up, put a lot of cute stickers on it, put her name, her address, and I would mail it to her. Every week she was getting a new script. Now, mind you, my mom doesn't know. My mom's very Christian. So don't talk about the law of attraction with my mom. Because she doesn't understand that. So she thought it was my prophecies, she calls them. She says, I thought you were just prophesizing that I was going to get better. So I was so excited. So that's number one. She was becoming excited about my letters, that I would talk about the things that she wanted to see in her life. From the time that my mom was at her worst to the time that she is right now, feeling better, only needs her oxygen to sleep, because my mom is old and she is not 100% healthy. 2.5 months. I would say, give or take, let's say 3. Let's throw it ballpark 3 months. In the time of 3 months, my mom went through almost dying, almost needing a special oxygen, to not needing oxygen, to walking, to being able to go to her church. And here is the craziest part. Her doctor calls her his miracle patient. She said to me, she called me, crying uncontrollably. She said, Daisy, my doctor today called me his miracle patient, and I started bawling. And I was like, why, Mom? She goes, because that was in your letters, in your prophecy letters. She calls them my prophecy letters. So she's like, when are you going to send me more letters? So if you do anything at all, get the scripting. Get it. because I guarantee that you will manifest some crazy shit. And I'm 100% proof. I'm 100% proof that we manifest super, super duper awesome stuff. Now, I do want to share. So, vision board party is going to be during the new moon, which is on the 8th, Daisy. Anyways, you guys have to email me, okay? And I put up my email. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Diane. I feel better. I feel better. I like that. I feel so much better. So this scripting class is going to be awesome because I do very specific videos just for those 3 powerhouses. I'm super, super, super excited about them. See, when I talk too much, after a while, my throat is like, slow down, girl. Stay healthy, people. Stay away from the sick people. I'm a hermit. Like, I literally live in a little shop. And I'm not talking about hermit mode spiritual stuff. That too. But no, I'm literally that little crab inside of her shell. I do not like to leave my home. I do not. And my daughter, because she just moved out, she's all big and grown up, and she decided to move out, and I'm dying for her to move back. Shh, don't tell her. Anyway, we went out for like a week. We did the Disney Wine and Food Festival, and I was so excited. Before that, we did I don't know, we just did a bunch of stuff together because, you know, shopping so she could have all the things that she needed, and we're just spending just quality time together because she's like, you know, it was really hard for us because we're very, very close. And I got sick, super duper duper sick. I got like sick because of Ian that kicked our ass, which I scripted about. I scripted Ian. I said Ian will miss us. We won't lose our power, and even our internet will stay on. And though it was scary, super duper scary, you will not believe that the power did flicker. It turned off one time for like 5 minutes, and I was like, well, you know, hey, it's a hurricane. Come on, I can't expect a miracle. Lo and behold, the power came back on, and the internet didn't leave. I couldn't believe it because everybody was calling me, are you okay? Orlando was all flooded, and I swear to Jesus, it was almost like it missed us. It was almost like Ian went around us. And I'm not gonna lie, it was scary. My front door was like shifting. Like I thought this building was gonna fall apart. It was scary. But scripting is powerful, my friends. It's really, really, really powerful. I absolutely love it. Some of you didn't cancel your Patreon, so if you want to take this scripting class, let me know whatever it is that you were charged for on Patreon, and you could put it towards the scripting class. Still trying to figure out the whole Patreon thing. If not, we'll work something out. Because Melissa had already messaged me that for some reason she didn't cancel on Patreon. Even though I put that I wasn't gonna, you know, I don't know. Like Patreon is hard for me. When it comes to like the technical stuff, like I'm great at the posting and all this stuff, but when it comes to like playing with that, with the things, I don't know, it's not that easy. It's not like for say Etsy that I work all around, you know, and now I'm trying to do the Wix because the course is going to be on Wix. Oh, okay. So then I'll change so remind me for the new invoice, I'll change it and I'll knock it off. I'll knock off the difference on there. Okay. Let me write that down. So you see, it's like Melissa told me. Melissa was the first one that told me. Patreon. Okay, so that way I know. Let me put Melissa too. So the vision board party. Let's prepare for the vision board party. I'm going to send you guys some fun printables. You want to have, this is what we want for the vision board party. I'm really excited. We're going to do it live on YouTube. And for those of you that get their journal, we're going to have our own Zoom meeting. That way we can see each other, okay? Because there's something just really cool about being on Zoom. It's the vision board party is free. The only difference is for the Zoom, you need to journal because we're going to be working on the journal. So it's going to be like an interactive Zoom. The link of the journal, I put it here somewhere. It says Amazon something. I'm so excited about it. So this is what you want to do. The best pictures. Yeah, so buy the journal. Yeah, they're already up. I'm going to have different vision board parties. The vision board party with the Zoom meeting, I'll ask you guys. We'll do it around you guys because I know you guys have different schedules. So let me know, like, if you got the journal, because of course it's gonna be with you guys. But the live one is on November 8th. Please be there no matter what. Even if you didn't get the journal, doesn't matter, because I'm gonna show you guys like the best pictures are Pinterest. I love the pictures on Pinterest, and I'm going to show you how to also like create your own little like vision boards to put on your phones, to put on your computers. Like, you want to have a visual of all the things always available. Just a reminder, because what's the point of a vision board? Is the emotion, the energy that it brings. For phones, computer backgrounds. I had to write all this down so I don't forget. You know, I rewatch my videos because then I say so much stuff and then I forget. So I'm going to be emailing you guys. So make sure you email me about the vision board party. And I'll send you like all the information. I did it to my email list. A lot of people got it through my email list. But not everybody. I don't think everybody's part of the Etsy email list. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. I'm excited. I'm excited about all of this. I love this journal because 2022 has been hard, my friends. 2022 has kicked our butt to the utmost, and 2023 is reaping. So I want you to think all the loss that you had on 2022, and I'm not talking just about wealth. I'm talking emotionally. I'm talking about your beloveds, your family, everything, all the loss that you had. I went without a car, I kid you not, for 7 months. My insurance and the body shop, they couldn't come into an accordance. It was a mess. It got to the point that I called my car people, and I was like, just, you know what? I don't want the car. Like, I don't care. Pick it up. I'm over it. It's been an extremely rough year and emotionally straining. I mean, everything. So from what Spirit told me is 2023 is going to, whatever stagnant energies, whatever you've been waiting and hasn't manifested, 2023 is your year. So this is why I'm doing all this. First of all, I want an awesome year. I want to have an awesome year, okay? So we're going to talk to Spirit before we close. We're going to ask Spirit. These are my special cards. Like, I do not use these cards for like my readings and stuff, because which are not even mine. These are, yes, amen. 2023 will be the best. These cards are so mystical. Oh, absolutely love them. Okay. I love this. Look at this, how beautiful. Okay, so the first card that we got is You Got the Love. I love that. There's a song that says that. You got the love, you got the love. Who is it by? Oh my God, that song. Come on, I forgot. Anyways. It's called the Handarian Energy. And it talks about codependencies. When we have, and you're gonna laugh, when I used to hear codependencies, hey Gabriella, welcome. When I used to hear about codependency, you automatically think I'm a freaking alcoholic. What are your codependencies? I'm addicted to tequila, right? That's my codependencies. Codependencies is anything that has some kind of negative effect in your life. You know, like you could be codependent to your beloved. because you feel like they have to give you the love. Instead of you loving yourself, you need to have that love from your partner. So that's a codependency. I never really saw it that way before. It could be a codependency to your parent. How many children? I mean, I have codependent children. So this is talking about you have the love. So you don't have to be codependent in anyone else. And I love that, because that is spirit telling you that you're not alone, that they love you, and that they're taking care of you. And then if you are the one, here's a perfect example, and I know I've talked about this like a million times. A lot of my clients were codependent of me. Like I said, sometimes they would get mad when things wouldn't pan out in their lives, and it was automatically Daisy's fault because Daisy was supposed to fix it. So I did a lot of balancing and boundaries. Thank you. So here it says, the Hungarians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love, who see love in all people in all situations. And I learned that the hard way, because my daughter-in-law is a narcissist, has bipolar. I feel that she's schizophrenic, and kind of created her own world, her own paradigm. And her hate is all me. Like, the fault of everything that happened to her is all my fault. So I got to a point, and this was early 2021 when she did what she did, that I really hated her. And I'm gonna use the word, because that was hatred. I literally would see about all the ways that this girl could just disappear from my life. Like, it was really bad. It was very disturbing, and I was in an extremely dark place. And I felt guilty about it, because I was like, how am I this beautiful spiritual person and I have hatred towards this individual? Yeah, she's caused harm. She's awful, just awful person. But then I got to the point through my meditation. This is why meditating is so awesome, because you connect with higher ascended beings of light that show you things that you will never see before. So what they were starting to do is I would start having dreams with her where she was really nice to me. Like, I would wake up and be like, what the fuck? What are you guys telling me? What does this mean? She's a bitch, She's never been that nice. Never. Not even from the moment I met her. Anywho, I was like, express to me. What are you teaching me? What are you showing me? And they said, Daisy, you send them love. You send her healing. And since I've been scripting, I started to script about her. I started to script anything that I wanted. And this is in one of my books. Something happened between her, my child, and my granddaughters, that it was just like, I had my moment and I breathed and I went through it, and I was like, no. I sent her love, and I sent her healing, and I sent her blessings. And I scripted that she changed her mind, and that she was so nice, and that she called my son and she said, no, you can come pick up the girls. There's no problem. And just very loving and very caring. And then I melted. Then I completely melted. I cried and cried and cried and cried, because as humans, when we feel like we can't really change things, like we want to, but we can't, I become very sentimental, because I'm just like, I don't like that. Like, the war that's going on in Ukraine just shouldn't be. Like, there's just things that should not be. They just shouldn't be, So the lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. And that's what you need to connect with. Those celestial beings of love that love you unconditionally. So when you have those moments where you feel like you're like, a rock in a hard place, at this, like, you don't know a way out, or you're dealing with someone that's a narcissist, that you could find that unconditional love within you. And they say, you're here to learn how to love while in separation of your spiritual body. It says to learn to self-love first, to love yourself first. And I want to share something else that I'm doing. And then and then establish a healthy relationship with others. Because I cannot have someone love me if I don't love myself. If I mistreat myself, if I don't take care of myself, if I don't take care of my body, of everything that I want to be, I cannot expect somebody to give it to me. I can't expect my husband to love me, find me sexy, if I don't love me, if I don't find myself sexy. So I have to be the beacon of what I want. And that is also a creating of your reality. So something Spirit told me when I did a reading for myself. So I do like major readings for myself every few months. You know, I'll sit down, auto writing, connect with Spirit, let's go. And they told me, I want you to buy an outfit a week. And it's super funny. I have this thing. I'm going to blame my great aunt. My great aunt was very motherly. She was mother first. So she would send all of her money to Cuba because she had sisters, cousins, nephews, and nieces over there. And they, Cuba doesn't, we're talking about a communist country. Like there's certain things that they can have. So when they have people here in the US, they look to us for that support. And I felt like sometimes they would take advantage of her, because she was always sending. And then I remember as she got older, her clothes were like really depleted. She even had underwears with holes in them. And I was just like, I remember one time I took her to the doctor and I swore she had a crush on him. She's old. And I said, oh, no. I gotta get her a really cute, sexy bra, just so she could feel good. And I went to Victoria's Secret, and there was one of her favorite colors were like yellows and peaches. And so there was this really pretty lacy peach one, perfect, her size, very cozy, very comfortable. And I got it for her, and I remember she would not wear it. And then I used my spiritual psychicness, and I said, that your doctor loves the color peach. Did you see what he said about his daughter and the color peach and how the room, and I just made a whole bullshit story up for her, and she automatically thought my bra because her doctor, she has to, check the heart and all that. So she became and it's really sad because she didn't have a lover, she didn't have a husband, she didn't have children of her own. Her entire family was serving her family. Her entire life was serving her family, serving her sisters, taking care of her mother, taking care of my mom because my mom was always sick. Like that's what she did. And I was the one that would create the stuff. I was the one that would send her. Something else that I did was, and a lot of people criticized me for it because they were like, you shouldn't do that, it's a lie. And I'm like, you know what? It made her happy. She was in love with this telenovela star. Mind you, she was in her 90s, okay? And all she would do was talk about how cute he was and how she would write him letters. I don't know if she did or she didn't, because I never saw any letters to him, fan mail or anything like that. But I feel like she created like this fantasy with him, And I would joke around with her. I said to her, I go, in our next lifetime, we're gonna be sluts. I know. I do. I'm gonna make her coffee and stuff. And I told my brother, because my brother's just as bad as I am, and we went to Office Max, and we found a bunch of these really pretty pictures of him, pictures of him with his mom, because supposedly she would talk about her mom. I don't know, because I don't watch the telenovela stuff, so I don't know all the details. And then I signed it like it was him, and I sent her a letter saying how beautiful she was and how he was so happy that he wrote to her. Nothing sexual, because hello, he's like younger than me, You do not understand that was a beacon of light for her. It created this kind of fantasy, this daydream, this this beautiful, oh my God, he writes to me and he's so sweet, and look at the pictures. And anytime that anyone would come over, she had to pull out his pictures and show his autograph, and he wrote to me. And it was just a way for her to really, express her love. What happened? We took her shopping. We bought new shoes for her. Mind you, she's in her 90s. We bought her shoes. We bought her a cute little, little night dresses that she used to wear. And she just, in her late years, became this other person. And I feel like we need to love ourselves. For me, Spirit told me, Daisy, every week I want a new outfit. Every week. It doesn't have to be, I think it's funny because Cuba will message me and be like, oh, can you get me Levi's jeans? I don't buy Levi's. I buy Amazon. I buy cute, soft, cozy. I don't care about name brands. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my Dior's and Chanel's like anybody else. But more often than not, my clothes are just what I like. And I am who I am. And it's not about dressing in Dior or Chanel. It's about loving yourself and taking care of yourself and doing your hair. Right now I have to do my hair. And and just really not putting the love to anybody else. Love yourself. And like I said before, you become this beautiful goddess. You become, it's almost like the pheromone. You know how they say that when you're around a dog and he's getting ready to bite, if you show the fear, they can smell it. Men could feel and smell your sexuality, my friends. Okay? So if you have he doesn't love me, I'm not pretty enough, or if you have that lower vibration, that's what he senses. That's what he feels. If you have I'm the shit, even though I'm 50 pounds overweight, you're awesome. And that's what you have to be. And every single day, get up, wash your hair, do your makeup, even if it's a little bit of eyeliner. And there's days that I don't even do my makeup. I'll just put little clips in my hair. But, it's about trying. And you're doing this not for them. You're doing this for yourself. So I absolutely love it. It says, do you lose yourself in relationships? If so, how? Can you develop a deeper love for yourself? And I love these cards because they give you exercises and prompts. So if you want to kind of like do some spiritual, kind of like digging deep, these are your cards. I'll put it here. I use these for myself because it shares beautiful insights. The next one says, all paths lead home. Inner authority, your inner GPS, you're guided. You are a divine beacon of light. You're created in God's image. You are your home. You are your everything. So you have to find your way back to yourself. So I love this because I asked Spirit, what would you like us to know about 2023? And Spirit is showing me that in 2023, it's about self-discovery. You've witnessed so much in 2022. You've had so much loss. It's been a freaking roller coaster of a year, super rough, like Diane said. So now you're coming back home. 2023 is you taking care of you. Really, really taking care of yourself because of so much that you've gone through. And then it says inner authority, intuition, turning your gaze within. I love this. Says it's normal to look to the external world for answers, and I always tell you guys that, when you come to me, you come for wisdom, for knowledge, because of spirituality. But my goal is to teach you to become so self-aware and so self-sufficient that just like that client that's like, thank you, Daisy, you were awesome, gotta go. I love that because I want you to do awesome. I want you to be part of my world because you want to continue to grow, but I want to witness your growth. I don't want you stuck. I want you to look back at when we started and be like, oh shit, I came down. I've came a long way. That's what it's all about. It's about us growing, expanding. And it says, you're being called to source for guidance, to go within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape. And then it says, how are you being called to look in within yourself? What is your beautiful self trying to share with you? I found someone on TikTok. This is what I love, the power of scripting. And I know I'm story after story after story. And we've been here for how long, my friends? We've been here over an hour. But I got to tell you this story because this was incredible. So incredible that I want to make my own for you guys. Like, I'm so excited about the Daisy Rose brand. You do not understand. I'm so excited about that brand. So I was on TikTok. Mind you, I have a few TikToks, which I suck at. But I have found some amazing content creators. And one of them is this guy, and I wish I could tell you his name. If I find his name, I will link it here. Okay? So he does amazing meditations. He actually, the meditation that I created for wealth, it comes a lot from his inspiration. So I was scrolling through TikTok, looking at my stuff, because I don't scroll through the For You. I scroll through the following because I already have the people I follow. Because if I go through the For You, I don't know about you guys, but I remember one time I did a For You and I was on TikTok for 2 hours. How many times has that happened to you guys? And I went through the following and I happened to follow someone who did a duet or wrote about him. I don't remember because I don't know how that works. I just know that they were talking about one of his meditations. And I said, wow, that is so in sync, synchronized energy. I went over there and I did this. I kid you not. This must have been like 5-10 minute meditation at the most. And the meditation takes you to your higher self. You on another plane, another timeline, but the ideal you, the one that you would like to be, your best self, right? Your best life. That meditation was so incredible because not only did I connect with myself in my perfect divine energy of where I would like to be, but I got to ask her something really important, and she answered me my other version. It sounds funny when I say she. And what she told me to do, I have been doing and seeing crazy stuff. And one of the things was that she told me to take care of myself, and Spirit's like, you're buying an outfit a week. You're eating a lot more veggies. You're going on freaking walks. I don't care if you're out of breath. So it's really important that we take care of ourselves, that we spiritually connect with our higher selves, because nobody knows you the way you know yourself. I had a client who told me, Daisy, I don't care what your spiritual guides say, that man is cheating. He's cheating, he's cheating, he's cheating. Excuse me. And I was like, okay, all right. It wasn't in her cards. It was not in her cards. I did not see him cheating. And let me tell you, that mofo was cheating. She was right. It did not come out in the cards, but she was spot on. So I learned that you know your shit. You. Not me. Not your psychic. You. Because it's incredible. So when you get crazy dreams, pay attention to them, because those are all indications of what is going on. What is the universe trying to tell you? What is your higher self trying to show you? Okay, and the last card is called the Courageous Peony, and it reminds me, there goes my voice again. It reminds me that we did a ritual this year with the peony. Hey, I can't find it. Am I seeing it wrong? Oh, okay. Courageous maybe? Yeah. So the card says multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Be flamboyant, be you. Come out of that spiritual shell. It says flowers don't open and close according to who walks by. And that's true. It says they embrace all of what they are and show it to the world around them. I freaking love, I'm going to write that down. That is such a beautiful quote. Think about it. Flowers don't open and close according to who walks by. Think about that. I love that. It says the peony doesn't try to compete with cherry blossoms, and the cherry blossom doesn't try to compete with the tulip. They own what they are and trust the timing of their true nature. You're being called to do the same. What is this telling you? In 2023, turn off your social media. I dare you. I dare you to stop posting all your pictures, all your selfies, all your dishes, all your garbage, laundry, anything and everything on your social media. And I dare you to stop looking and comparing your lives to everybody else's, what they have that you don't have. Because what happens, and the number one reason why all of us, because myself included, don't manifest as fast as we would like to manifest, and I want you to really grasp this, is fear. Fear, my friends, will stop anything and everything. That's why when I do a spell for people and I do a ritual and then they message me, oh, Daisy, I don't think this worked, or this never works for me. You don't understand. I've done X amount of spells. I stop them on the tracks. Right there, I said, you know what, that's called self-fulfilling prophecy, and this is not going to work either because you are crapping all over it. You need to stop right there. Sometimes they get mad. Sometimes they'll get mad. I'll be like, but you don't understand. I understand. Believe me, I'm almost 50. I understand. If we want a job, but we feel like we don't deserve it, I'm going to tell you a story that is going to kick your ass. And this is for my lottery players. This is for my lottery players. So I win everything. I've always been really good at it. I will enter a contest and say I will win, and I will freaking win. I'm a winner. I won my husband. This was 6 months ago. We walked in. My husband collects. I'm a collector. So one of the things that I do for prosperity is collectibles, coins, gold, silver. And I walked into the show and they had 2 giveaways. One of them I really wanted, but it was selfish. I wanted it for me. And we had said, because it was going to be my husband's birthday or Father's Day. I can't remember. It was either or. His birthday's in March. So it could have been his birthday. Long story short, the show was really slow. They needed an X amount of submissions to make it worth, because it was worth $5,000. This thing was worth $5,000. And I went to the ATM. I think it was like $20 an entry or something, maybe 40. I think it was 20 though. So I went and I put in for both. I put in for the baseball card that I wanted, and I put in for the collectible that was worth they were both worth a good $5,000. And I told my daughter, I said, we won it. We won it. I said, I know that either or, I know we won this. And that it so happened that was under hers. I did one and she did the other. And she's like, Mom, I could feel it. I felt that we won it. I felt that we won it. We forgot about it. This, like I said, the show was really slow, so they needed a lot of entries. We forgot about it. And then I was watching TV and whatever. My daughter comes out of the room screaming. This was like months after the show. Completely forgot about that. Comes out of the room screaming. She's like, Mom, we won it. We won the collectible. And I was like, what? I was like, really? What? I forgot about that. And the guy's like, when we finally saw the guy, he's like, yeah, it went up. It was when you originally put it in, it was only worth $2,500. and now it's worth $5,000 because since he's a player, he's doing really good, so the collectibles go up in price. That's the only thing about those collectibles, that depending on the player is how they do. The lottery was different. I never understood, because I would get super excited about playing the lottery. And mind you, I have won a few $1,000s. I've won, one time I won $1,000, another times I won 1,200, a couple $100. It was awesome. Like, I win, and I will go. My husband, I know my husband was like, we would go to like events with him, and they would do raffles, and I knew that I would win. Like, I was like, that's money. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a knowing that you click with that vibration and that energy. So when they talked about the contesting queen, so if you guys want to learn about contesting and learn and winnings and all that, you need to get, it's she's called the Winning Sage. I know her last name is Hadsell, so look her up. I know she's the contesting queen, so look her up. So long story short, I would play the lottery, and I would feel it in my guts that I was gonna win. Like, I could feel it, and then I wouldn't. And I didn't understand. Why would I get so excited and then I wouldn't. So and one day, we're talking, because I do a lot of meditation and a lot of visualization. And I said, okay, let me figure out, I said, I'm going to visualize about winning the lottery, because they were talking about a lot of visualization, feel it like it's already you. Because the whole thing of the law of assumption is you live your life as if it has already occurred. It's scripting, my friends. The law of assumption is nothing more than scripting. It's different formats of scripting. Scripting goes beyond your pen and paper. So I'm doing the meditation, visualizing me winning the lottery, and something crazy happened. I started getting a knock on the door in my visualization. There was my block, and it was extended family members knocking on my door asking me for money, and I didn't know what to do. And so I gave them money, and then somebody else showed up. So it went from this beautiful visualization of me winning the lottery and being a multi-millionaire, to having other people, family members that I had never seen, ask me. So I had a fear that if I won the lottery, everybody would know, and that they would all not let me live. They were be asking me for money. And then you would hear about this all the time. Like, I don't know if you guys watch the Where Are They Now lottery winners, and you see these people that win the lottery and they lose all of their money. Either they give it away to family members. I don't know if you saw the new Elvis Presley movie. Elvis Presley was literally a prisoner to his agent and his family. He supported the entire family. I mean, I remember his mom even had a heart attack because it was so much. And his dad was an asshole. His dad, all he cared about was living the life and, the money. So it's like, that was my fear, because since I'm such a hermit, I'm such a loving person, I'm such a yes person, it's very hard for me to say no. And I do have some funky family member that they would all come running, like I saw myself like in the news with a big check, and everybody just rushing me to take my money. So another reason why I don't share my stuff on social media, why I don't share how much I make, I don't like that. I won't do it. So that is kind of my fear. And I've been working through it, because it's not fair. You deserve to be wealthy. You deserve to have millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And it should be your decision of who you want to help, when you want to help, and if you want to help. Because I'm already a very giving person. I'm already a very loving person. I already give more than I possibly, can. So I know that, and then there's another fear. Some people feel like they're going to change, because you hear about that all the time. And that is so, so not true, because I have had clients who have gone from like nothing, who started like a babies, working with me, going to school, having all this school debt, then starting their careers and starting side gigs. I have a client who plays poker. And every time he has, like, he'll call me up when he knows he's going to an amazing event. And he's been my client for since 2013. I'm gonna say 2013, maybe 2014. And I remember our first reading, he's like, which I never knew people had careers of poker. I never knew that. I was like, when he told me that his career was poker, I was like, what? You play for a living? Like, he's like, yeah, it's a sport, like any other sport. I go, that's crazy. So I remember when I first did his readings, I told him, I go, look, our readings are, they could change. I could tell you right now, yes, this is awesome, you're gonna win, and then something happens and you don't, and I don't want that to backlash on me. So I want you to be very aware of that. So long story short, I told him about, he would ask me about certain events, and I would say, okay, I got a good vibe about that one, this is what I'm seeing. And we would just, and then what happened was the spirit would give me confirmations. I said, well, spirit says if you get this confirmation that you should go ahead, and if you don't get the confirmation, that it's on you. He started doing good. He started doing really good. And then he doesn't come to me so much for readings. I taught him how to read the signs, how to read the vibrations, how to read the energy. And just like I said, when I won the $5,000 collectible, it's kind of like a feeling that you get, like it's already yours. Like there's nobody could take that from you because it's yours, because and I claim that because I was the second person in the drawing, and I claimed that those prizes, I claimed both of them. Shoot. I claimed both of them. You could have whatever you want. If it's the lottery, go play that freaking ticket. Hold that ticket. Feel the energy of the lottery. Feel that vibration. Feel that beautiful energy. And one of the things that we're working on, and that I did in the wealth meditation that I shared, is how to clear those blocks. And I cleared that fear of my family coming to me and asking me for my millions of dollars. I cleared that energy, because what I did was I created a vision of starting a family business where my dad could run it, and then his circus, his clowns. This is your family. I have nothing to do with that chaos, but because I am loving and I am giving, and my thing was, and that's why I tell you the TV sometimes is not good for you, because sometimes you see certain things and you're like, holy shit, especially when they're like based on a true story. So yeah, I want to share with you guys that you can have whatever you want. You have whatever you want. I studied a lot of the lottery people, and something that they would do is they would buy the books. I never knew that. I never knew you could buy the book of lottery scratch offs. So, and you make sure that you do this right when they came out. So I love Betty Boop. Betty Boop is like, I love her. Absolutely love her. The first time I saw her was when I was really, really young. And I don't know if you guys remember Who Frames Roger Rabbit, and everybody was obsessed with Jessica. I fell in love with Betty Boop. I had never seen her before. It turns out that one of my aunts in Cuba was a huge fan of Betty Boop too. So, and that around that time, there wasn't a lot of stuff of Betty Boop. I feel like she became more mainstream in the 90s. Maybe because of Roger Rabbit, who knows? But I started collecting all her stuff. And I remember that there was it $1 or $2? I know there was a Betty Boop scratch off. And I can't remember if it was $1 or $2. Long story short, the books are going to cost you anywhere from $300 to $500. I think if they're $1, the book is $300. If they're over $10, it's $500, because it's an amount of tickets. And the lottery expert, who has won the lottery more than 5 times, And again, that goes to the law of assumption. He tells you that you have a better chance at winning like scratch offs and stuff like that when they first came out. So that one, I paid $300 for the book, but I won a few $1,000, so it was well worth it. I remember we went on vacation to Disney World with the kids, and it was like super crazy awesome because it was like we spent $300 on Disney, you know what I'm saying? So it was like awesome. Who goes to Disney for $300? Doesn't exist, not even in the 90s. So you could have whatever you want. Whatever you want. Do not allow anyone to tell you no. And the reason why you don't have it is because of fear. And I taught you this and I tell you this all the time. When fear creeps in, you tell it to shut the fuck up. You literally tell fear, get out. I have fights with fear. I literally, physically, verbally have fights with fear. Whenever I feel afraid, like when I was sick, I got scared because I was like, I couldn't breathe, and I was like, holy shit, like, you know, everybody's dying in 2022. I think I'm gonna croak too. So you know, and it's super funny because I think for us moms, it's not the fear of death as it is you don't want to leave your kids. Like my granddaughters, like for some reason, since I'm getting older now, they tend to freak out because we've lost aunts and uncles and grandmothers, and you know, so I feel like they're at the point they're like, oh my god, is my ama gonna pass away? So every time I can't tell them I'm sick because it freaks them out. So that's how you know that 2022 has had a lot of deaths, when your grandkids are like freaking out about it. So that being said, you need to live your life as if it was your last day. And then you need to learn and to expand and to read, to meditate, to create as if you were going to live forever. So what I do, especially around this time, is I will set my intentions per se for 2023, but I will also look at where I want to be 5 years from now. And I even told my husband the other day, my major goal is that by my 55th birthday is for me to be where in my dream home, right in my dream space, you know, just kind of more relaxed, having a more like business that my kids run, you know. And that's what I'm creating now, is I'm creating the wealth and I'm investing in ways that my children could take over, because I feel like I'm in the space that it's time to give the reins over to my kids, because they're all freaking adults. They got this shit. So think about it. Think about it today, because that's what the beautiful, courageous Peony, the beautiful You Got Love, and Your The Paths Lead to Home is telling you. Is about you honoring your true self. It's about you reflecting on the lessons of 2022, because there were a lot of lessons in 2022. And it's about saying, okay, this is what I want 2023 to be like. And from what Spirit shows me, and I haven't done the predictions, I'll be having those up soon right here on this channel. So go on over to Manifesting with Daisy Rose. The link is somewhere, so you might have to scroll. And subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I will be sharing all manifesting over there. Everything manifesting. The scripting. You got this. You could afford it. I don't want to hear excuses. I'm going to send you, if you want information on the scripting, Love Goddess Daisy at Yahoo. The vision board party is free. If you want to be part of the Zoom meeting, get the journal, because we will be creating the journals ourselves. All of that is on the bar to the right. And yeah, let's make 23 the best year ever. Like Diane said, 2023 is going to be the best year ever. We got this. We could do this. Let's create it. And we just got the confirmation that it is all within us. You are the creator. Scripting is freaking amazing. And I'm going to close it here. I thank you all for all the love, for all of it. I absolutely, absolutely loved how we connected on Patreon. I will have a new Patreon that is just going to be content and planning and everything, because I want to teach you guys a whole new way of life, a whole new way of life. You know, to be the person that you want to be the successful person you want to be, the wealthy person you want to be, the family that you want, everything, just creating what you want. Thank you all. Thank you for being part of my world. I send you a lot of love and blessings. I'll talk to you soon.